I know what you're saying. I know what you're saying.
I'm just saying it was $74 more instead of 75.
Yes. Okay.
I love you.
I love you too, bro.
I love you.
$1.
I just don't know enough about what you do, and it's too short.
He had already gotten a fight inside, and he had gotten kicked out. And these weren't the guys he was fighting inside. These were new guys.
He liked to fight sometimes. So there he is, and so we're backing him up, and there they go. It's the funniest old school, you know, almost like a Clint Eastwood square, like the tumbleweed. And off they go into that fight, and they start fighting. And I'm not talking about it was a fight. They were punching, they were wrestling, they're down on the ground.
He's all beat up, he's got marks all over his face, his hands are beat. So he says, I need to go get a piece of pizza. So he crosses Broadway, goes to the pizza shop. I finish my beer, I pay the bill. One more beer, just to check out our injuries. Now I had one, just a large bruise from here to here. I had Colin half naked. I'm like, yeah, here, your face is messed up here. Oh.
But he didn't, and instead I was looking in the boat and I found 2 water skis at the bottom of the boat under a bunch of stuff, and so my dad got out there and he wanted to try with his massive size 13 feet in the size medium water ski boot, and he couldn't get his foot. Well, there's 2 of them. And so one of them he got his foot into, but we had only a short rope. And for water ski, you need a long rope, and we had a short rope that's for wake surfing. And so my dad's trying to get up, and he's literally right in the wake, trying to get up, and the wake's coming into his face. And so my dad couldn't get up, and he was going to try.
Story of my life.
Yeah. Okay. So Colin gets out there.
Never mind.
Colin gets out there, and he puts on the ski, and my dad was telling him, because he has normal feet, so he could get his feet into both the skis, and then use 2 skis to get up, and then he could drop the ski and get going. But he was too stubborn. He wouldn't listen to my dad, wouldn't listen to logic. He just had to do it his way, no matter how hard it was. And so first time, he tries to get up, and he almost got up right away, first try. And he said afterwards he hadn't water skied for a few years, quite a few years. 20 years? Alright, and then so he almost got up, but my dad couldn't see him behind the wake. He was driving. We were looking out the back, and we could see he was about to get up. But my dad looked back, and all he could see was the wake, so he slows down. And then we're all like, no, go, he's gonna get up. And then he speeds up again. And so he slowed down and speed up again, and it's a short rope. And Colin swallowed like 4 liters of water. And he was complaining about it the whole night.
And you could see his final resting place. So I took his back seat because I have so many more of those stories that they need to be heavily cleaned up, but I can't think of one time in our entire life together where he ever made me feel bad or made me cry or something, but I can think of hundreds of times that he just put a smile on my face. And that little neurotic bird going from sugar bite, did the exact same thing. So I'm just kind of segueing into this video. Julia, did you want to come up and say something? I'm not sure. Is this...
I don't talk in front of others ever. I did it once, and I was best man in Hawaii. Another one of the Fabulous 5. And you had to help me out with that one, even. Tonight we're going to talk a little bit about the old dick in the eye. See, we see a lot of trips together, all of us, growing up. And we were all just fucking idiots. So we started renting snowmobiles. Very costly, because we wrecked them on with the lights on and have a fight club. But we love each other. So we duct tape plastic bags to our feet, and we have these humongous gloves.
Yeah.
And for a couple of weeks before that, Colin would call that fucker and be like, "I'm gonna fucking kill you! I'm gonna fucking kill you!" And just annoy the shit out of him. For a while, hey, when you're at work, just give me calls.
How many times a day?
So
He would
Brad,
call me 3 times a day
So-
for 2 weeks saying, just before Brad 101, I'd be at work in front of it, I'd pick it up and it'd be like, Brad here, I'm gonna fucking destroy you. Click, click, for 2 weeks, 2 to 4 times a day. Very true.
So somehow, Brad gave Colin a black eye through the fucking helmet. We all wore our snowmobile helmets. Just we didn't want to fuck each other up. You're just fighting, right? You know, we're just having fun. And he had a fucking audition the next day too, didn't he? He had to go with a fucking black eye. That's fucking funny. The only and Colin's passed out. And everyone there is like, I will give whoever $20 to shove your dick in his eye. The store. And Jeff Stewart, that guy's brother, is right behind him. Like this, tapping him in the ear of this cock. And all Todd is doing is this. He thinks it's a fucking fly. Right? So he's telling his fucking story and he's totally into it. And fucking Jeff is tapping him in the side of the head of this cock. And, it's just like, and then the streets of Poco, this, what the fuck was he talking about? Some sort of fashion thing. About how it started in Poco and ended up in Paris. And he's all like, yeah, this thing is like it's the biggest thing ever. And he's tapping the cock out of his ear. And that was year 3 of the old dick in the eye. And that's my story.
Got that?
Do it again. Oh, yeah,
Good.
got it.
It's pretty subtle.
You're throwing it up too far.
I know, but you could still
Go
do
like
it
this.
that way.